Today's news.
Tariff whiplash. A 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate. Freed in Russia.
A ballerina who donated to a Ukraine charity.
Kentucky River flooding.
It's a pretty significant disaster.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan. With the CBS World News Roundup, financial markets soared when President Trump announced a sudden about-face on global tariffs, but they're poised to sell off when they open up again this morning. The whipsaw reaction as uncertainty about the strategy and the future of the economy casts a large shadow. CBS's Weijia Jiang reports all nations got a 90-day reprieve, except for China.
Less than 24 hours after punishing tariffs went into effect for most of the world. Here's how President Trump explained why he dialed them back for at least 90 days.
People were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
One day earlier, the White House insisted Trump wasn't going to press pause on the tariffs. Now, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says it was always part of the plan.
This was his strategy all along.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer was being grilled by Democrats on Capitol Hill when the change unfolded.
When were you made aware of that?
I understood the decision was made a few minutes ago.
It looks like your boss just pulled the rug out from under you and paused the tariff.
At the White House, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick defended the decision.
What changed in the last 48 hours if it wasn't the market?
Remember, people calling and saying, I'd like to talk, but offering the same old, was not going to move the needle. They started making offers that were the right kind of offers.
Trump stopped short of saying spiraling markets played a role in the reversal, but he acknowledged they are linked to his decision-making.
Yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little pleased.
The European Union says it will put off its retaliation tariffs for 90 days. China's 84% tariff took effect today. Trump raised the tariff on China to 125%. CBS's Margaret Brennan on what led up to the latest Trump move.
I'm told by investors and economists there were really 3 points of pressure on President Trump. The first is the CEOs of some of the most important corporations in this country publicly said there was uncertainty and the chance of a recession. Second, you saw that panic in the bond market. There was concern that foreign buyers might not want to purchase U.S. Treasuries. And third, Republican lawmakers started to indicate that chaos would complicate their ability to get the votes to lock in those tax cuts the president had promised.
House Speaker Mike Johnson put the best face on his decision to cancel a vote on a Republican budget blueprint crucial to the Trump agenda because of a lack of GOP support.
There's a very good, healthy spirit of cooperation and discussion. Everyone is trying to get to the right point that will satisfy every member of this conference. And I encourage that. I'm encouraged by it, and I'm very optimistic that we are going to get this job done.
The government said this morning inflation fell last month as the cost of gas dropped. Consumer prices rising just 2.4% in March from 1 year ago. Overseas, a prisoner release in Russia.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirming that ballet dancer Ksenia Karelina is, quote, on a plane back home to the United States. Russia's security services say the dual U.S.-Russian citizen was freed in an exchange with a dual Russian-German citizen called Arthur Petrov. He was jailed for allegedly exporting sensitive microelectronics to Russia. Karelina was arrested on treason charges in the city of Yekaterinburg in February 2024 after she donated about $50 to a charity aiding Ukraine. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Ukraine's President Zelensky claimed today at least 155 Chinese nationals are fighting alongside Russian forces in Ukraine. 2 were captured this week. China called the remark irresponsible. Destruction is widespread in homes along the Ohio and Kentucky rivers. Some places could face trouble into next week. CBS News Philadelphia meteorologist Kate Bilo.
Additional flooding cannot be ruled out. We've got heavy downpours expected with the storms coming through today. Portions of Tennessee and Kentucky all the way down into the deep south as well. And then it's going to head up the eastern seaboard.
4 minutes after the hour.
Well, it's 50 degrees in Napa, California, and I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all